Anyone who's been to Nepal has been to Thamel. It's the main tourist district of Kathmandu. It's full of shops and bars and even temples and narrow alleyways. But this is more than just a tourist and commercial district. This is a place with a storied history. So, let's talk about it. This is the story of Thamel. In 723 AD, the city of Kathmandu was founded. Since then, it has expanded far into the valley. The Newar people, an ethnic group native to Nepal, would be the first to settle the area that would become Thamel. They would settle north of Kathmandu. There are many temples and buildings in the area that are centuries old. Over time, the city expanded and absorbed this town, which was known as Tabitha Bahal back then. By the early 20th century, the quiet residential district would begin to become more and more dense. Its name comes from an old Buddhist monastery called Tan Bahil in the Newari language. By the mid-20th century, it would be known as Thamel. Soon, this now densely packed neighborhood would undergo many changes. During the rise of the hippie movement in the early 60s, many people would seek alternative forms of spirituality and medicine. This led to thousands of Americans coming to Nepal. Back then, little was known about the country, at least by the average Westerner. It was seen by many as a land of mysticism and intrigue. So, Thamel would begin to transform. By the 80s, Thamel would become a hub for commercial tourism. What was once a quiet neighborhood had become the heart of tourism in Kathmandu. Many backpackers, hikers, and mountain climbers would pass through the district. During the daytime, there are dozens of shops that are selling various trinkets and souvenirs. But at night, Thamel truly comes alive. Many restaurants, bars, and nightclubs open up, some of which are found down Thamel's twisting, maze-like alleyways. It's hard to believe seeing it now, but only a few years ago, this place was the site of a major disaster.
Far from the epicenter, but the terrifying power just the same. This is Tibet, on the other side of the Himalayan earthquake zone.
The frantic search for survivors goes on round the clock, following Nepal's biggest earthquake in 80 years. The injured were brought to hospitals in trucks and on rickshaws. The hospitals are so inundated though, they're running out of space. Amateur video captured the moment the earthquake struck and the ensuing panic.
The ground shook quite hard for, I would say, possibly about 30 seconds. Looking around, I happened to be outdoors at the time. Trees were waving like crazy, like it was a hurricane or something like that.
The capital, Kathmandu, is an ancient city with a rich cultural heritage, much of it now in ruins. The 19th century Darara Tower, built by Nepalese royalty. And this is what's left, a World Heritage Site where teams now look for bodies.
As reports come in from remote areas in the mountains, which actually haven't been reached yet. So I think the number one priority at the moment is logistics to actually reach the areas of the epicenter and the valleys that are very remote, and the highways have been blocked by landslides, so there's no way to get there. So first, an assessment and rescue.
In another rescue operation, the first helicopter arrived at Mount Everest Base Camp, where climbers and guides were killed after the quake triggered an avalanche. As rescuers raced to find survivors, a major international aid effort has been prepared. Britain, the United States and Pakistan among the countries sending in teams to help. With the number of dead rising, it's clear that help is needed fast. Nick Qureshi, BBC.
10 years ago, in April of 2015, an earthquake would strike the Kathmandu Valley. Nearly 9,000 people lost their lives. Hundreds of thousands of buildings would be damaged or destroyed. Everywhere in the city was hit, including Thamel. Due to the possibility of aftershock, many residents chose to sleep outside in the cold. There were many landslides and avalanches, killing hundreds, including 17 people that were at the Everest Base Camp. It was one of the most devastating earthquakes in Nepal's history. It registered as a 7.8 on the Richter scale. Since then, many areas have been rebuilt and are once again bustling hubs of commerce and tourism.
सुदर्शनको कसैले यो
हजुर
नेपाली आउँछ बोल्न
आउँछ म नेपाली त नेपाली बोल्न आउँदैन
सुदर्शन दाइको कसैले फल्लो हो होटल
सुदर्शन You like this? I can try.
Oh, what is this?
It's a bhuja. Nepali bhuja.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Me like it this. Any more?
Sure.
It's a one packet.
लेखेर यो भनिदिन्छ त
म
पछि
भन्दियो
एडिटिङ गर्दाखेरि के
यो
भन्नु
भाषा बुझिरहेको छैन.
What's it like living in Kathmandu?
Yes, nice. It's like Kathmandu. Every mountain, everything is here looking so good.
What does your business do?
My business is t-shirt embroidery design. Is many people like it. Everything design. I can design t-shirt. I can sell it.
When do you get the most business?
August.
August?
August is a good business. Have many people coming, so good business.
What advice do you have for people visiting Thamel?
Yes, it's many people. It's a money, no important money. So happy, important.
So my business is to make the custom designs here. Like if you give me any custom designs for like souvenir or your animals, like pets animals, or you want designs to create on the t-shirts, I can make any design. You can send the names, you can it's all embroidery work by hand. So this business is run by my family, by my dad. It's been I think since 1991. So he was working in this shop since 1991, and this all designs is actually made by my father. So what I can do now is like I can, if any persons give me some different designs from their one ideas or their one picture, that is why I can make now extra designs now.
Do you get a lot of tourists that come through here?
Occasionally, like if they want to give their one custom designs, they comes, and they also love my designs here. Some of designs from the trekking and animals. I have sold many of animals, pets.
Were you here in Kathmandu when the earthquake happened?
Yep, I was in Kathmandu.
Okay. While the earthquake was happening, what were you thinking at the time?
Actually, at that time, it suddenly came. When I was, me and my small brother, my cousin brother, I went to buy the grocery for my shop, right? So I went in the market, so in the big supermarket, in the Ocean market. So me and my brother was just standing, and there was earthquake at that time. It was suddenly, like there was no. I have only thinking about my family because I was in different area, and my family was in the shop and in home. So I was at that time I was so worried, just carrying my my cousin brother, and when he stopped for few minutes, then we ride a bike and came to my shop. It was scary though. Because it was there was many one of house actually fall down just in front of our eyes, so it was really scary.
Since the earthquake, how has the recovery been? How's your business survived?
It is after earthquake it's been so slow, like there's no any profit for us. We are still maintaining just to cover up our lifestyle, but if after corona it is too much difficult, because after there was then corona for 3 years, that takes all the business out. Hopefully if anybody wants to give their one custom design, they can remember me. Hopefully if anybody like their one custom design, you can remember me. I can make it for them. With any size and with any designs.
Alright, thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So I'll start, just tell me a little bit about yourself. Yeah.
Start?
Yeah.
Well, my name is Sangram Lama Thamel. I'm the owner of the Omtara guest house. And we are working here since 3 years. Business is still okay, not so bad. Not so big profit. Not so big hotel. And at the moment now we have also one tracking agency, and we are running this business too also. So I hope.
How long have you been doing trekking for?
This business for tracking I have been working since long times, about 15 years before. I started tracks as a guy, and now I have a company. This video helped me to promote my business.
What season do you see the most tourists in?
Actually, we have a 2 seasons here in Nepal. First season is start September, October, November till December. We can do tracks, and season will be closed. And again start from the March, April, May. Best season is October and November. We'll be here many tourists.
Were you here during the 2015 earthquake?
Yeah, I was here when earthquake struck here. I was in Kathmandu, and the earthquake is very big one. Terrible, destroyed most of the things. Some people died, and especially this tourism sector affected lots. About 5-6 years, there is zero tourists, no tourists, and most of the hotels are closed, and tourism factory is for the 5 years almost closed, no tourists. Many people left also this job business because at the COVID earthquake is nearly 2 years.
So did COVID also have a big impact on tourism?
Yeah. After earthquake, the business is slowly getting run. Then again, I have a very big problem. COVID has started, and it stopped 5-6 years. No tourists here. Nepal is I would like to give advice to all the tourists that Nepal is very beautiful country, it's peaceful, the weather is perfect, here it's not very hot, not very cold. Please once visit Nepal, again, again and again, and once is not enough.
The narrow roads and alleyways of Thamel are reminiscent of something like Kowloon, the walled city. So I want to take a moment just to illustrate my point when I talk about how Thamel and Kathmandu, there are so many little alleyways that lead you to all kinds of places. Right there is the main road, and if you turn into this little alleyway here, you're greeted with a stupa, but more than that, there's this ancient, I believe an ancient monastery, probably not occupied anymore, but then if you continue, you'll see this. You might wonder, where could this possibly lead? Maybe this leads inside the monastery. Well, you gotta duck down really, really low. But you walk in here and look. You discover this. And on the other side, it's just entrances to houses and things. Yeah, it becomes really quiet over here, but that's not all. That's not all, because if we go back, there's another alleyway that you may have noticed. As you can see, very, very low. So I gotta duck way down again. If you walk all the way through to the other side, you're greeted to this little plaza here. A couple more little stupas. But it's still not over, because if you keep walking, there's another stupa right there. But that's not all. It keeps getting better, because if you walk into this narrow corridor, it suddenly gets really, really dark. Now, when I say that this place reminds me of Kowloon, the walled city, you can kind of see why. Everywhere you go in Thamel and some of the adjacent districts in Kathmandu are like this. You can just walk down any random alleyway off of any of the main roads and you'll find ancient monasteries and temples and stupas and all kinds of interesting things.
I don't want your service.
Thamel is a wonderful place to visit, full of history and culture. It's a must-see for anyone traveling to Nepal. The shops, bars, and restaurants that are nestled in between the narrow labyrinth-like alleys could keep you busy for days. Thamel, an important part of Kathmandu's history, will never be forgotten.
You made me young when you donned your swollen arms around a community of tiny beats of pain and beauty. I'll take Queen Anne's lace. I'll take chicory fall in the face. And I'll call you all my friends. And I'll call you all my friends. 'Cause you made